Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're out here on Key Biscayne, not in the morning, in the afternoon, and it is insanely hot. And I think that because it's so hot, this is the perfect list to be talking about. Today's top 10 list is going to be some of my favorite mint-based fragrances, minty, very refreshing aromatic scents. So I put together a list of 10 of them, and I realized that this is actually a category that I also really love, especially on a day like today where it is just boiling hot. It's very refreshing, and what I love about it is that it's also a category of fragrances that is just, they're all very happy feeling. There's something about that mint that really kind of lifts up your mood, and also I love that it's a category for everyone. I think that all of these fragrances could be unisex. Very few of them lean a little too masculine. Like, I would wear almost all of the fragrances on this list. These are some of my favorites for the rest of the summer, but also some of these are great for transitioning into fall. So let's jump into it. So first on the list, we have a classic, Renaissance by Xerjoff. I talk about Naxos all the time. You guys know I've seen so many messages and comments from you guys saying that you bought Naxos on my recommendation and that you absolutely love it, and that makes me so happy. But I've also gotten a lot of questions about this cousin fellow 1861 collection fragrance, Renaissance, because it is, I really think that Naxos works great in the summer, but a lot of people think that it's for the winter. It's a little too heavy, and it is. There is some weight to that fragrance. I think that it works beautifully. Well, I know that it works beautifully in the heat, but sometimes people might want something a little bit brighter, fresher, and I think that if that is you, Renaissance would be a great option. For me, this one opens very, very green. There is definitely mint, but in the opening of this, I get more of this very fresh patchouli. You can really feel the earthiness in the opening of this scent, and there are a lot of like different varied citruses that really brighten this up. We have some lemon, there's a tangerine note that is very beautiful all the way down to the dry down, and some bergamot. The greenness comes from some petitgrain. Of course, that mint with a little mix of florals to kind of give it a little dimension and a little bit of elegance as well. And this one is said to be like a mojito, smell like a mojito. I don't get that. I don't immediately think, when I think of boozy scents like a mojito, just because it has mint and it's fresh, and there is definitely like a crispy kind of bubbliness to this as well, but I don't get anything from this that smells boozy. There's nothing like a vodka, you know, like a boozy scent in this. It's really just that fresh. For me, the way that I would describe this is, I think I would say that this one is more like a mocktail mojito. It's very light and airy. It's kind of like a very pretty minty lemonade. I think that it is one of the most natural and realistic citrus fragrances you can find. So if that is a category of scents that you love just very beautiful, elegant, strong, natural citrus fragrances, Renaissance is definitely for you. The performance on this, for this category, is amazing. You'll get at least 8 hours. Fantastic for just a very fresh, airy citrus scent. So next we have to talk about my love, my life, my everything, my favorite, Sedley by Parfums de Marly. No one can ever say anything bad about this. This fragrance can do no wrong. No one can say anything bad about it to me. For me, Sedley is one of the best minty fragrances ever. It's classy, it's insanely versatile. You could wear this in so many different situations, casually, at the gym, going to lunch, going to a nice dinner, going out, like just anything you could possibly think of, this fragrance will work in that situation. And on top of it all, there is just this gorgeous refinement, elegance about this. I always say this about Parfums de Marly. It's just a house that you can't go wrong. You're always gonna smell put together, and this is no exception. This smells like money. I think that it's the cashmere note in this that really kind of smooths it out, gives it that touch of elegance. There's a lavender note that gives it that touch of freshness. There's an ambroxan note that really helps with the performance on this. It's honestly just perfect, and when it comes to warmer weather, Sedley is the one. You will always win wearing Sedley by Parfums de Marly. And so for my number 3, I don't know what it is about this scent, but for some reason, it's cool to hate, let's put it that way, but I'm telling you guys, women absolutely love Versace Eros. Any Eros, but the favorite for me is Parfum. This is a fragrance that you wear if you want to have women just drooling over you constantly. Trust me, it's scientifically proven. The Parfum is my favorite flanker other than Flame. I wouldn't really say that they're necessarily it's not in the same original line, right? Like Flame is kind of out there on its own. This one definitely has a younger attitude versus the last two. I don't think that someone that is older is really going to enjoy something like this, but a younger guy will definitely adore it. There's a lot of apple in here, and it has a lot of tonka as well. I think it's the tonka that adds this sweetness that makes it feel a little bit younger, a little more like a designer fragrance, if you know what I mean. It's just that classic citrus and minty DNA mixed with some florals for some balance. It just works, and like I said, women go freaking nuts over this. Trust me, I'm one of those women. When I started my fragrance journey, I really wanted to hate Eros, but I spent some time with this scent, and I am actually in love with Versace Eros. Yes, you guys can use that as blackmail. I tried to be a cool kid. I tried to hate Eros, but it just didn't work out for me. I really enjoy this scent, and I think it's a great option for you as well if you want something with this DNA that's a little more affordable. So next we have an awesome cheapie, Artisan Pure by John Varvatos. And whatever you do, please do not pay more than $25 for this. You can find this at almost any rack store, and you can get it for under $30. And for that price, it is such a great scent. Now, there is no actual minty notes listed in this, but there is ginger. There's ginger and petitgrain, and I think that combination is what makes me think of mint when I smell this. I'm telling you, I really think that this is a staple summer scent for any man out there, or woman as well. This is something that I could see myself wearing. It's just so easy to wear for any situation. It's so cheap. You can literally pull it off in any situation. You can spray a million sprays and not feel bad about it. And it's unique for this price and the scent profile. It is a little different than everything else. It's really the king of fresh cheapies in my opinion. It's one that I'm never going to stop talking about. If you really want to help boost the performance of this, you can just get some ISOE Super, layer it with that. It'll help the performance, but just bring the bottle with you and just spray it on. Performance is shit, but you know, you're paying 25 bucks. What do you expect? And it's an awesome scent. It's totally worth it. Artisan Pure by John Varvatos. So what would be a classic beach video if I didn't forget at least one thing in the car? First, I walked out here. Now keep in mind, it feels like it's like 110 degrees out here. It's really hot, and I walked halfway out to the beach, realized that I forgot my tripod in my car, so I walked back, and Ozone is sitting in my car, which I'm now really sad about because it's going to be overheating. But the next fragrance that we're going to talk about is Ozone by Aaron Terrence Hughes. I'm still going to include it because it's actually one of my favorites on the list. If you watched my Aaron Terrence Hughes video, you saw that one was probably my favorite discovery out of the whole entire discovery set. It is so sensual in the most tropical and unique way. The way that he blends the notes in this scent is just phenomenal and so different. It's a fragrance that it has these minty green touches, but in a way, it's still a very classic scent, but it's also very edgy and very cool and different, super unique. Really implements a great coconut note, not necessarily like a thick coconut milk. It's a very good coconut fragrance done very well for a man, but it is definitely something that I would wear. There's a very strong ethereal feeling with this. I feel like this is a fragrance that if you are wanting something with coconut, you'll really enjoy this. Minty coconut. There's even a mocha accord in this. It's really perfect for summer going into fall. And there's also a lot of ambergris. You really feel the ambergris in this scent. And I don't know about you, but I think I just convinced myself to go buy a full bottle because I have been going through that 10 ml. I'm really surprised that there's anything left because I've been wearing it and I've just been loving it. The performance is great as well. Aaron Terrence Hughes is just a master, and Ozone is a perfect example of that. And I really enjoy that mocha accord that comes through as it dries. You guys know, if it's got coffee, sign me up. So of course, next we have to talk about Gin Tonic. Look at that dent, guys. I have been wearing this. I have been sharing this with some friends as well. This fragrance, just when I smelled this for the first time, my jaw dropped at accent. Literally my jaw dropped. This one has been really riding the hype train lately, but for a very, very, very good reason. Totally deserved to be on the hype train. This one is the definition of a feel-good scent. 100% just puts you in a good mood when you spray this on. It's impossible to be sad when you're wearing Gin Tonic. It's aromatic and woody. It has that boozy touch that Renaissance lacked. You definitely feel a very bubbly, crisp gin note in here, and it also has a little bit of tonic water as well that gives it that bubbly aspect too. There's tonic water, ginger, lime, pink pepper with some sandalwood and moss. A lot of green touches throughout this, but you just get that beautiful boozy gin tonic. This is another one of those just amazing, elegant, all occasion scents. You really perceive the quality of this scent when you smell it. It smells expensive. It smells very well done, like all of Michelef fragrances. It's a 10 out of 10. It just exudes richness, elegance, and it's a very joyful scent. Like I said, when you wear this, you're just going to feel good, and especially in the hot weather, it's going to be very refreshing and invigorating for you. I've been obsessed with it. Unisex 100%, sexy on a man, beautiful on a woman. Tonic by Michelef. So next I want to talk about Saint Julep by Imaginary Authors. This is another one that I bought recently that I've just been wearing non-stop. I feel like I need to spray it now because it's so hot. I need to cool off a little. Honestly, on this list, this one has a little bit more sweetness, thickness to it. It's not as like light and airy as the rest of them. I actually get a very strong caramel, like a burnt caramel kind of scent with this, but in a very good way. The notes that are listed on this are sweet mint, of course, number one. We have tangerine, southern magnolia. The magnolia is just a gorgeous, gorgeous addition to this. Just the most beautiful, one of my favorite florals in a fragrance. Bourbon, which I think also gives it that thickness, a little bit of that burnt caramel touch. The bourbon, for sure, it's definitely boozy. Grisalva, sugarcane, and the imaginary note is crushed ice. It's really, really good, guys. And I talk about Imaginary Authors. I feel like there's many that I want that I need to keep buying and adding to my collection, because this is a house that I've just been really discovering and just falling madly in love with. You have to support, you know, an amazing American-based niche brand, but also the products are just phenomenal. They're all insanely unique. There's nothing that smells like a fragrance from Imaginary Authors, and they're amazingly priced. In this market, these are the best priced. Everything used to be under $100, but now with the inflation going on and everything, it's $105. So still, for a 50 ml to support an amazing quality niche house, it's really a great price. And this scent, guys, I've been wearing it nonstop over the last couple days. Ever since I got it, I'm in love with it. This one leans, it is unisex, a guy could wear this, but there is a little bit of sweetness in this. So if you're looking for something that is very realistic, citric, and minty, this might not be the best choice. But if you want something that's a little on the thicker, boozier, slightly gourmand side, you'll really adore this, just like me. Saint Julep by Imaginary Authors. So next we have an amazing cheapie. Amazing cheapie. I found this at TJ Maxx for $20, so I wanted to spread the word. This is a fragrance that I didn't even know existed until I saw it at TJ Maxx. So I wanted to let you guys know so you can run out to your rack store and see if you can get this for this deal, because this scent is very good. This is Wanted Tonic. It has a very, very simple note breakdown. Lime, ginger, and patchouli. That's literally it. And the best way to describe this scent, there's nothing really, I wouldn't say it's boozy. I wouldn't say that it's like a gin tonic. How I perceive this smell is that it's kind of like if you had a big pitcher of water and you put patchouli, the notes in there, and you just let it sit, that's what this smells like. It's like a watery drink. I wouldn't say cocktail. I almost said cocktail, but I wouldn't say it's like a cocktail, but it's a very nice scent. The ginger, anytime that ginger is used in something, I automatically like it. I already know that at this point, but the way that the ginger mixes with the patchouli, it gives it a minty vibe, and it's really beautiful. For $20, this thing is a steal. This is a really beloved line, the Azzaro Wanted line, and I really enjoy this scent, and I enjoy wearing it as well. Perfect for a man or woman, and just for 20 bucks, literally for 50 ml, you cannot go wrong. Just run out to your TJ Maxx or your Marshalls and see if they have this, because this is a steal. Perfect for just any simple thing, like you're going to the gym, you're running errands. This is a great scent for that. You can overspray like a maniac if you want, and you're not going to be blowing anyone away because the performance on this is not the best, but hey, for 20 bucks, it's still worth having in your collection. Wanted Tonic. And so I just realized that I cannot count to 10. I need to go back to first grade and learn how to count, because I only have 9 in my top 10. So sorry. But the last fragrance is a banger. This is another one that I have gotten asked just over and over and over about my thoughts on. I'm finally going to share it with you. This is Torino 21 by Xerjoff. We've got mint and basil in the top. Automatically the basil gives it a green uniqueness. And in the mid we have black currant. Gives it a little bit of this tart but sweetness at the same time. Mixed with the citruses, it really lifts it up, really sweetens it up too. The black currant is just something that I really enjoy about this scent. I think that there's also a rosemary note. That mixture of the basil and the rosemary really adds something interesting and something different compared to all the other fragrances that we've seen on this list so far. This is one of the most refined on the list as well. This and Sedley, they just scream class. The ultimate refined fragrances on this list are definitely these two. If you want to smell expensive, you want to smell like money, Torino 21 and Sedley are definitely the way to go. It feels very modern too. Versus like Renaissance, it smells a little, not dated, but just typical. You know what I mean? Like a very realistic, beautiful, but very just simple, realistic citrus scent. This one, for me, it smells more modern, a more modern take on that kind of Renaissance DNA. And there's definitely a small boozy touch too with this bubbly touch. It really smells like a cocktail that you'd get at like one of the fanciest tennis tournaments in Miami, which is what this is all about, the ATP tournaments, which is in Torino every year. So that is why up until 2025, we're gonna have a new Torino release every year. So look forward to that. I'm very excited to see what Torino 23 is going to smell like this November. I love that as this dries, more of the florals come out and makes it even more elegant, even more beautiful and refined. It's just fantastic. It's a very romantic scent as well. On a man especially, it's just stunning. It's a very vibrant scent and very regal as well. This one, you can tell, was just blended absolutely perfectly. Everything about this just works gorgeously together. The way that the notes unveil themselves, it's like a beautiful ride, all while maintaining that beautiful citric minty heart. And of course with Zerjoff, you can expect fantastic performance, especially for the scent profile. Expect at least 8 hours and a good projection as well. This is something that is going to be very refreshing for you to wear in the high heat, and it's going to get you a lot of compliments as well. Definitely one of my favorites on this list, Torino 21 by Zerjoff. It's top quality and it is worth every penny. So guys, that is my list video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are interested in any of the fragrances that I mentioned, they're all going to be listed below in the description box. There's some amazing ones that I think you guys should check out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, please leave a comment below which is your favorite on this list. I would love to know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.